Hey guys, welcome to another part of Furballs Revenge. This time we're doing Viggo a GoGo. This is the final hub world. And yes, it is the smallest one in the entire game. Now, there's only one difference with this compared to the original. Well, two really. For one, those claw marks. They are not there in the original version. They are there now, but the stuff up there is still there. And, there's a sort of glitch of Chang where you can spawn into the sky and die instantly. It's weird, and it only happens in the original Dreamcast version. Luckily, it does not happen in this one. But yeah, when it comes to collecting all 10 of these tokens, it's very easy. The main thing about this is that it's packed to the brim with fucking ammo and guns. So if you miss any guns, good news, almost every gun's here. So you can just collect them all right now. And there's a lot of ammo here too, so stock up when you can. Anyway, the majority of the tokens are either up there or I believe down below you, which you'll need Rico for. Outside of that, this place is very small, there's not much to it, and the worst part is that you saw a cutscene when we came to this. In the original version, we just jump cut right to it, like there's no cutscene at all. So, there's a good number of levels here, there's a good number of stuff to do, and by that I mean there's only like 3 fucking levels. And yeah, one of them is going to be our big final boss. Our levels are HMS Vigolina, I'm sorry if I can't say that right, the V100 Secret Island, and then of course the General's Lair, which is where the boss is. So, only 4 levels remain, and then we're done with this game. But right now, this is a short part, considering there's not much in this area, so what I've decided to do is I'm going to give you guys a little bit of extra stuff, some information that it's about as much as I know about the original version of this game. No, not the fucking Dreamcast one, I mean what it was before. And also of the intro that would play when you wait around in the menu for this game, which I didn't use and didn't show. So yeah, not much to say about this one. Next I'll be going to Vigolia. So I still have trouble saying it. HMS Vigolina, whatever the fuck. And yeah, I'll be going there next part. But right now, here's some information on both the intro and a little demo mode for the game in the menu. And lastly, the original version of these games called Furballs. So, thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Enjoy this little history lesson thing. See ya. Okay, so we're going to be starting off with the intro, which you can only get after waiting a few seconds at the start menu. And this one's actually kind of interesting, considering it does introduce all the characters and such. There's also going to be a demo mode after this, which is actually a video of multiple levels and characters. And yeah, it's not like a traditional demo where it gives you, you know, in-game gameplay and shit. Anyway, enjoy the intro. I'll be talking about the demo mode, and yeah, let's begin. Okay, so this is demo play, and as you can see, it is literally just a video. It shows off many of the weapons you'll be getting, as well as many of the enemies you'll be dealing with. But the thing about this is that it actually shows off a lot of the later stuff that you'll be dealing with in the game. For instance, the big world, the Dinopolis, which you don't get to until about halfway through the game. So, big spoiler on the demo play stuff. And yeah, you would see this if you just wait around in the menu, if you just wait around for a good amount of time. Now, I tried looking for any other demo plays throughout this game. Like, I tried looking for anything else other than this one, but as far as I know, it's only like one demo play the entire game. There's none on any other hub, none on New Quack City and all that stuff. It's just Dinopolis, and that's it. So yeah, the demo mode isn't really good, as you can tell. Especially since they've taken a lot of hits, and they don't actually die once. I like to believe that they have cheats on throughout the entirety of this, because, yeah, they get shot a lot in demo play, and they should be dead at this point. But they don't. They just keep surviving and going around doing stuff. But as you can see, it is literally just like some of the levels in Dinotopolis, and it's really not that great. You've already seen all of this because you've already done it. But yeah, this would have been also how I would introduce, like I will give you like a teaser for this on my Let's Play. I would upload this first, but I didn't plan to do this Let's Play when I first started, so yeah, I didn't even bother. Anyway, that's it for the demo play, and that's it for the intro. Now it's time for some info on Furballs, what this originally was going to be called. Back in the oldie times of the 90s, before Acclaim became publishers of the game, and quite possibly when the Dreamcast came into existence, a team of devs who worked for the now defunct Bizarre Creations made a prototype for a game called Furballs. The prototype featured only 3 characters: Rufus, Juliet, and Bungalow. Rico, Tweak, and Chang were not yet made, with the prototype only showing concept art of them. While all the characters were updated greatly since then, Rufus and Bungalow really aren't too different compared to their completed models, showing that their designs were pretty much kept the same way throughout all the development of the game. However, Juliet was definitely changed. Instead of the Tomb Raiderish clothes she had, as well as her orange fur, she's a lot more pale in her fur, and she has a more sepia tone sort of clothes going on. While the story is extremely bare bones, it's still the same sort of premise. Save the babies, defeat Viggo. This hasn't changed one bit throughout the development of the game and the ports. However, upon starting the game, you'll notice it looks nothing like any hub you've seen. In fact, the interface is something like you've seen either, because it's the early version of it. Starting with the blue bubble-like icon being where our health is at the top left, right a number on our character's face in the bottom left. There's also a life system, meaning there was going to be lives and even a game over in this game. However, that was removed and lives are infinite, with our Jeff just meaning we have to go back to the checkpoint. There's also a count at the top showing how many babies we have saved of a specific type, that being the puppy, the kitten, and the joey. This has since changed to a simple counter showing all babies we saved regardless of the type of animal they are. The tokens counter doesn't seem to be that different, as the token is still the same. However, it's now being overlaid by the number of them you have. And there isn't any border on them, no red border, and yeah, it's just very different. But the token icon is still pretty much the same. As for the ammo, it's literally just the ammo type of the number of bullets you have overlaying it. There's really not much to say about that. As far as it's known, unless you can see your gun when switching, it's the only way to know what gun type you're using, as there's no overlay at the bottom showing all your weapons, and trying to see your gun right in front of your character is very difficult because the weapon is literally like being obscured by the character's model. Now the hub. It just seems to be like a placeholder hub, but this might be an early Beaver Power, mainly because most of what's shown here is from Beaver Power. What you'll find here is a well, as well as 6 entrances for levels that have been done to an extent. If I had the prototype, I would happily show off all of them. However, I have no idea how to get said prototype. The footage you're seeing was uploaded by the lead programmer, Mark Craig, just a few months ago on his YouTube channel. Some of the entrances look like to be of Beaver Dam and God Machine Valley, so they might be those levels. However, we don't go for them, so I have no idea if they are Beaver Dam and God Machine Valley or not. The first level shown is called Whacking and Packing, which is the original name for Compound Factions. Compared to the 9 in the game, this version only has 3 babies to collect. The loading screen is also just concept art of the Beaver Dam. It is the only loading screen in the prototype and never changes. Now, usually when you start a level, you get a little walking animation and the level begins. However, in the prototype, you get a cutscene of a text box appearing telling you what to do. My only guess on why this is a thing is that General Bristol, who is basically our hint guide, wasn't yet put in. So instead we get text boxes telling us stuff we don't really need to be bugged with, really. As this version of Compound Faction, a lot of it is still the same. A lot of the level design is still the same as it is in the actual game, and hasn't really been too updated since. There are some definite changes, like more objects added and everything like that, but there's not much has been changed. There have been some puzzles that are not implemented or different, and there are some places enemies that are the exact same thing. Now, I just want to say this right now, the sounds in this game, when it comes to the animals, are weird. It sounds like they're trying to be like the animals and such, and yet... yeah. However, some of the gun sounds, walking sounds, and the token collecting sounds stay the same of its official release, though. The enemies aren't that different from the official release either. The brown bears look no different, except for the fact they don't have their little, hard hat on. The alligators seem to be either smaller bodies or bigger heads, but are otherwise the same too. As for the peacocks, they seem to be a bit different as well, but in design they look pretty much the same. Their voices are definitely what we got in the original too. However, any other enemy you would have at this point in the game, like the blue and white bears, isn't even here at all. The gun designs are interesting. It's hard to tell what the weapons look like, but these are the best I can come up with. This one is obviously the shotgun, which looks very different in design, but still acts and sounds the same as always though. When this thing is collected, the pistol ammo appears of 80 ammo, meaning this might be the submachine gun, and yet it looks like a freaking SAS-12. It looks nothing like any machine gun I've ever seen before, and it kinda acts like the heavy machine gun due to its speed and damage. This fucking thing is the neutron gun. Yeah, that's the neutron gun. This is not in Combat Factions at all, and yet here it is in the prototype, and it acts just like it. It pretty much kills everything in a big blast when they're in the radius of your camera. The best part is that the amount of ammo one shot takes is insane compared to how much it actually takes. It also has more than 5 ammo, but it takes 40 for one shot, so it doesn't really make a difference. Also, the ammo type looks like a freaking grenade, it's not smart ammo. As for the pistol, I'm sorry, but I couldn't see the pistol at all. None of the enemies in the prototype have a pistol, and yeah, the gun they're holding is very hard to see a lot of the time, so seeing that prototype gun was near impossible for me. Sorry. Now, the character's abilities. They're still the same, but what they do is very weird. Juliet is normal, it's the regular climb animation, nothing big about that. However, Rufus in his digging, well, apparently he would dig by running in place. Yeah, I don't get it either. As for Bungalow, it seems his jump has to actually be charged in order to reach high places. Imagine that being in the actual game. Jesus, platforming him would be a fucking pain. As for the teleporters, yes, these are the prototype teleporters. There's the character one, which looks nothing like the ones we've seen, and there's the exit teleporter, which doesn't exist because we actually have exits in the levels. However, they work the same as always though, just walk in. The next level is the infamously removed Furry Forest, which was finished and added in Viggo's Revenge. 5 babies, and they're all Juliets. Just like Compound Factions, the design of the level isn't too different from the official release, as well as the unfinished version hidden in the Dreamcast. There only seems to be one way to heal as well, which is the Pet Yums. There's only one type though, this orange one that gives back 25 health. As for tokens, they do not give back even 1% of health. There's moments of Furry Forest not in the actual level, like the rocks falling down to reveal a peacock. Not much is sadly shown in Furry Forest, however, so I can't really talk much about it. The result screen is just the Furballs logo of the score, time, kills, tokens, and babies. The only thing that isn't in the actual game from knowledge is score, as the only high scores you can make is in the minigames you unlock. Then we have the final level shown, which is actual level that is not in any version of the game. Not in Will's Revenge, Viggo on Glass, or even the original Dreamcast version. Lovely Troubly. 6 babies, 2 of each type, and as far as anyone knows, even the lead programmer, this level was only in the prototype at best. So, again, unless we know what the prototype is, we're not able to play this level. And sadly, in this video, not much was played either. Even though there's quite a bit in this level that could be interesting, it really doesn't show much. There's a block pushing puzzle, which is neat. A button that raises the cage, but needs someone to keep it raised, which is what that block is for. And the cage is actually blocking the exit, so you actually need to do this puzzle to get out of here. It's interesting to see a level that was never actually given a chance, or even kept left in the files of the Dreamcast version, but it just sucks that not much is shown. I mean, it's currently unknown if Mark Craig of any of the Furfire developers still have this prototype, as this video looks like it was recorded into a VHS, and the where of the video shows. After the creation, the prototype Acclaim would go on to be the publishers for it, and since then, numerous things have gone on. Later on, the 1999 European Computer Trade Show, or X, Furballs would appear again, showing the rest of the character models, the new model of Juliet, which would be the official design, more levels which actually is levels in the game, including Furry Forest, going by Viggo's Revenge, and the HUD looks exactly like the actual hub of the game. Furballs, however, would not keep its name, and later on was renamed to Fur Fighters, and was released for Dreamcast in June 2000. And it was barely noticed, wasn't financially successful, and even the ports Viggo's Revenge really on Glass didn't do well. A sad outcome when you see how impressively improved the game got over the years, but luckily it does have a cult following, and there are people out there that still care for Fur Fighters, even websites that are still active to this day, like Total Fur Fighters. As for Bizarre Creations, it became defunct, and because of that, over 10 dev studios were created, including Lucid Games and the sister company Muffin Games, where the Fur Fighter devs roam now, and where Fur Fighters Viggo on Glass was released. Mark Craig plus lead designer Jeff Lewis, beside Lucid Games, have been doing really well, releasing games like Jacob Jones' The Bigfoot Mystery, 2K Drive, and Geometry Wars 3 Dimensions. If you wish to see these videos posted by Craig himself, the links are in the description below. And that's about it for Furballs. Next time, we'll be doing more of the levels. And then I'll probably talk about the Dreamcast version. And then some other stuff. I'm not trying to be on Glass though, because fuck that. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.